finally winter is gone. However, this tutorial will really help you anytime you encounter a snowstorm and you're using autofocus. Okay, let's begin. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is take a look at this picture, then this picture. Let me zoom in a bit. Then this picture, and tell me what are the commonalities. What is the element that is the same for all three shots? Well, you probably guessed it. The main subject is slightly out of focus. You could say it's blurry, but technically the focus is actually incorrect. But what is very interesting is the focus is on some of the snowflakes. So let me zoom in, see how you can actually see certain snowflakes here. Let's take a look at this shot. And the reason being is I took these three photos with autofocus, and that is, of course, a normal thing. A lot of us use autofocus. But the big problem with autofocus during a snowstorm is that many cameras don't have the, I guess you could say, the technical sophistication to be able to understand the difference between a snowflake and the actual desired primary subject. So let me go over to this shot here. Actually, we use this picture here of a natural hot spring in Japan. Now, my desire, of course, initially was to photograph the building. It's a really attractive building. I've been there so many times, I really wanted to get a nice shot of it. I was in autofocus, and what happened was the camera defaulted to whatever was in front of the lens, which was these millions of snowflakes. So initially, I was going to just delete the picture, but I said, you know what? I really like the soft aspect of this shot, and I don't mind that it is slightly defocused. And I really like how the snowflakes are actually clearly defined. So I decided to keep the shot, and I really like it. Okay, the same with this. It's what I was looking for, of course, was a nice landscape photo. This is in the mountains of Nagano, Japan, which I frequent often. And when I saw the shot, it was like, well, now it's sort of almost like an abstract landscape, and similar to this. Okay, so in this instance, I really like it as well because it has sort of turned into a bit of an abstract architecture shot. Now let me show you the sharp pictures. Okay, so this is focused properly because straight after the shot, I said, okay, well, obviously autofocus is not going to work for me, so let's try manual focus. And the building, the trees, everything is good and sharp. Interestingly, you can see that the snowflakes are globular, if that's a word. And that softness, that soft circle, is because they are out of focus. And that would make sense because they're closer to the lens and I focused on the building. Okay, what about this shot? Again, I decided to focus manually on the building instead of use autofocus. And same here, that shot previously that had the abstract aspect to the landscape, I tried it again in manual focus, and as you can see, we have really good sharp trees, even though it was a blizzard. Okay, so what's the takeaway? It's very simple. If you find that your camera is struggling to find focus, whether in a rainstorm or a snowstorm, you simply turn to manual focus. It's that easy. And a lot of times you may hear and see your zoom lens sort of creeping. It'll go zzz, 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 zzz. You may have heard that before. It's simply because it's trying really hard to find any contrasty elements in the picture to create a focus point. Okay, so what we do is simply switch to manual and we will be on our way. Now, newer cameras that have really sophisticated autofocus, they actually use different technologies for autofocus. That's a little bit beyond the scope of this video. But if you are in a pinch and you just say, you know what, it's not working out, simply go to manual focus. Okay, I hope that tip helped. And obviously those who are in the northern hemisphere don't need to worry about this until the snow flies. However, it could be the case that a rainstorm will do the same thing to your autofocus. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. And also, if you feel this was valuable, I'd really appreciate if you share this with your friends. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.